There are a handful of things that I wish 13 to 17-year-old me knew, and in this video I'm going to be discussing some of those things. I genuinely look back on my childhood and my teenage years, and I just wish I had a mentor. I wish I had somebody to tell me that the things I needed to hear. I'm going to go and discuss some of those things today in this video. This is just a very chill gameplay and discussion video. I'm not going to be making this anything crazy. This is just this is literally just me talking about things that I wish younger me knew and playing Minecraft in the background. If you have a bad attention span, then you probably won't want to watch this video because you're probably not going to last all the way through. No offense, but that's probably just going to be the case. So, life was hard as a teenager, I'm not going to lie. I am now almost 22 years old and I'm still playing Minecraft. Look at me. Holy crap. What am I doing with my life? I would say the first thing that I wish younger me knew about was the gym. I know this one is very cliche, but the gym single-handedly changed my life, and if I knew about it in middle school and high school, it would have been life-changing. I suffered from a lack of confidence most of my life, and I objectively knew that my body and my personality wasn't attractive. I was an anxious person. I was skinny fat, meaning I had a big stomach area but like very small skinny arms. And no offense, but like objectively, even if you had a good personality, girls aren't going to be attracted to that. Guys don't respect it, so you have nothing to offer anybody. I mean, yes, personality. I mean, you can be a jokester, you can be funny, you can offer other things, but people just don't respect you, and you kind of sense that. And unfortunately, it's like a super red pill thing. And I don't mean to be red pill, but it's just the truth. I mean, you've noticed it if you're in school. And so the first thing I would tell myself, if I could just go back in time and I need to get more of this deep slate stuff. Oh, actually, there might be something here. Yes, okay, cool. The thing is, I always knew that I should have been in the gym. I should have been like becoming a man and gaining muscle and getting stronger, and I knew that that would probably help me like get girls and make friends and have more just external approval. But something that I didn't realize at the time is that going to the gym would actually significantly improve my mental health as well as my confidence. Like I said, I was an anxious teenager and I couldn't hold conversations for the life of me, and I was always so self-conscious of what people thought. And in a weird way, if I just went to the gym as a teenager, I would have felt like I had more leverage. I could have been more vulnerable, but also more respected and honored, and let alone I would have just been able to hold a conversation. I would have felt better about myself. Forget the muscle gain and like all the physical attributes of going to the gym. The mental attributes are life-changing. Just knowing that you're disciplining yourself and you're working hard and you're building a body that you're proud of, that fact alone brings so much confidence and joy, and honestly it makes you live life more in the present. Because of my anxiety in social situations, I often didn't live life in the moment. I was always in my head overthinking random things and worrying what people thought of me. But if I was in the gym, I would have been more confident, I would have been happier, I would have enjoyed life more, I would have been able to socialize better. And so as a result, I would have been more in the present. I would have lived life more in the moment, and honestly, that would have done so much for me personally. The thing is, I was terrified of going to the gym as a teenager. I didn't know how, I was worried what people would think of me, I didn't know how to do any of the exercises, and I didn't want to embarrass myself. So if I could explain to younger me how to get into the gym, this is how I would explain it to him. Just find a gym near you. I was already going to a rec center that had a gym inside of it, so this was already done on my part. But the next step is to just step foot inside the gym, go straight to the treadmills, and if you don't know how to use a treadmill, literally nobody's going to judge you for trying to figure it out. It takes 5 seconds. You can be the dumbest person in the world, which I honestly thought I was, which is why I never did this. But literally just go to the treadmill, figure out where the play button is, click the play button, and then now you're just walking. Increase the speed a little bit if you want to, just to like blend in. But just walk and watch people work out. Watch people's forms. Check out how people are doing it, and just continue doing this as long as you need to. If you need to come in on day 2, day 3, day 4 and just do this, that's fine. You don't have to exercise, you don't have to lift, you don't have to do anything. But you just have to show up to the gym. Literally, if that means going to the treadmill and watching people exercise or watching videos, as long as you're just showing up, you're fine. That is progress. By the way, if you're young, like, I know there's other young people in the gym with you, but just, it doesn't matter what people think. Genuinely, it doesn't matter what they think. They might laugh at you, they might mock you for not doing it right, but honestly, who cares? Who's gonna be laughing when they're drug addicted and fat and lazy by the time they're 25 because they only exercised for external approval and because it's what all the other athletes did, when you are still working out, you're still exercising well into your 20s, and now you are literally like in top tier shape, and you get the girl, you get the friends, you get the lifetime of happiness and joy, and they don't. So who really won in life? Remind yourself of that fact and you are good to go. The next thing I would tell younger me is that school is not worth it. Now, this doesn't mean give up entirely. In my senior year of high school, I genuinely just gave up. Even my junior year, I just kind of gave up on everything and stopped trying. And honestly, if I could go back, I would tell myself not to just give up. Yes, school is pretty much worthless. You're not getting much of value from it. They're teaching you things and programming you with things that are actually going to ruin your life and your mental health, and they're just ruining the hierarchy of everything that we are supposed to be doing, like primitively. On the other hand, school is important because it teaches valuable lessons, and one of the biggest lessons I wish I learned from school is that doing homework is actually a good thing. And honestly, this is one of the things Andrew Tate said that I really agree with him on. You need to try in school, not because school is worth it, but because just the act of trying will give you the discipline, the motivation, the drive to do other things. You really just need to build up that skill of discipline and working even when you don't feel like it, and doing things and tasks and responsibilities even when you don't feel like it. This is the act of delayed gratification. And delaying gratification is single-handedly the most important principle you can have when you become an adult. Because if you delay gratification, you'll be more attractive, more happy, more joyful, more confident, and everybody else is doing instant gratification and they are the opposite. So, do your homework. Schedule in every single day. Okay, literally like start a Google Calendar. I wish younger me did this. Open a Google Calendar and just write down every single day in the evening after school all the assignments that you need to do. All the homework, all the studying. Just block it out in your evening like timetable routine. Follow it the best you can, and I genuinely think if you do that, it will change your life. You're setting yourself up to be successful, and it is just a habit that I wish younger me took seriously. Do your homework, but not for the sake of school or any of the things you're learning. Do it for the sake of building the habit of discipline and becoming a better person. That is what I would tell younger me. The next thing I would tell myself is, girls don't like you, and honestly, you already know that, but it's not your fault. The thing is, in middle school especially, but also high school, everything is about conventional attractiveness. Even if you go to the gym, it's kind of hard to be conventionally attractive, especially when you're super young, like middle school. And so, the guys who just grew up in a better house, had a secure household, they were raised to be an athlete, to be in extracurriculars, they're social, they're just like kind of better. You know who I'm talking about. They're usually the popular kids, or at least friends of the popular kids. They just have such an advantage just because of how they were raised and how normal they are. But don't be envious of that. Don't be jealous of that. Yes, in middle school, social hierarchies is the name of the game, and it is rigged. I won't lie, it is rigged. After high school, your habits are going to show off your success. If you have good habits, if you delay gratification, if you are disciplined, if you work out, if you practice good habits, you're going to, by the time you're 20, 22 years old, you're going to outshine every other person, even the athlete, even the top tier athletes, even the popular kids. You will be better than them. And I know it's not about being better than everybody, but genuinely you will feel better. And that's such a good feeling. The next thing I would tell younger me is that it's not your fault. The way you were raised, the way you grew up, how anxious you are, how depressed you are, it is not your fault. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. How you were raised wasn't necessarily right or necessarily normal, and unfortunately you were just given more difficult circumstances than most kids, but it's not your fault, and you can improve, and you're actually in a prime position to genuinely show yourself and other people your true potential. You can truly grow and improve so much from where you're at. If you're already like an athlete, you're already good, you're already like good at everything, you can socialize, you get girls, you have motivation, you have drive, you're gonna go to college regardless of what you do at this point. There's no like incentive, there's no like you're just gonna get lazy at a certain point, and you're just gonna become normal, and then you're just gonna fall into complacency, and really just it's gonna be your detriment. The last thing I would tell younger me, I keep taking stupid damage, what the heck. The last thing I would tell younger me is that God is real. Now, I know this is a crazy thing for a lot of you to hear, but this is just what I would tell younger me. So, obviously, I'm not catering to how you guys feel. I'm just sharing what I would tell younger me personally. Not you, but me. You can take whatever advice you want, but this is what I would tell younger me. I would tell him that God is real, but I would also tell him all the reasons why God is real and how much God can change your life and make you like mentally healthy. He can take away your insecurities. He can take away your depression, your anxiety, your trauma, your negative self-hating thoughts, your suicidal thoughts. He can take all of that away. But you have to follow him. You have to do his will. You have to have a relationship with him. God wants to have a relationship with you, but he set the universe up in a way where you have to go to him first. He shows himself to you through his creation and through life, but to truly experience his presence and the joy of his presence, you have to go to him, and you have to open up to him. It will change your life. It will be everything you ever wanted, the peace, the spirituality, the love, the happiness. That's all possible for you with God. He wants a relationship with you. He loves you, but you're closed off from him because of your sin, because of your darkness, because of the spiritual reality of the universe. We have free will. We accidentally, without even knowing, we sin. We distance ourselves from God accidentally, and now we have to come back to him. Man, when you finally feel God's presence though, it is such an amazing feeling. That's all I have for you guys in this one. I hope this video helped you in some kind of way. I hope this gave you some insight if you're between the ages of 13 to 17 on what you should do and what you should be thinking about. And this is just what I would tell younger me. It might not apply to you, but it definitely applied to younger me, and it's advice that I wish I heard personally. If any of you want to join a community of people trying to improve themselves and become better physically, mentally, and spiritually, then consider joining my Discord. It is linked in the description below. It is honestly a great place for you to just surround yourself with people who are improving and trying to do better, and that will make it easier for you to improve and for you to do better, and just such a good environment. And I really think you should join if that's something that you're trying to embark on. I love you all. I hope this video helped you, and I will see you all hopefully sometime soon.